he was in the Royal Rumble? Did he make you proud? Yes? Awesome. Can we get a big high five? Enjoy the show. Yeah!
presents Countdown to Slammiversary.
We are live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The largest TNA crowd in over a decade is filing in to the Bertone Auditorium. Welcome to Slammiversary.
And we kick things off with some knockouts action and the Boricua badass herself.
The following is a fatal four-way set for one fall. Introducing competitor number one from the Brick City. She is the Boricua badass, Tasha Steele.
Cruella de Steele's here at Slammiversary as we get set for what could be a very pivotal fatal four-way matchup here to begin the festivities in Montreal. It's all about positioning. It's all about climbing the ranks, looking at perhaps a future championship shot down the road.
That's right, and whoever might be the Knockouts World Champion after tonight's huge match between the juggernaut Jordynne Grace and the one, the only Ash by Elegance.
Not to mention the Knockouts World Tag Team titles defended right here on the Countdown to Slammiversary. Tasha Steele's channeling her inner Cruella de Vil.
Absolutely. Keep your dogs away because the Boricua badass is in the building.
Steele's has had 2 Knockouts World title shots this year.
Representing AAA, Fabi Apache.
So good to see Fabi Apache back inside a TNA wrestling ring. And of course, it was back at Hard to Kill in January that the relationship between TNA and AAA was renewed, a partnership that is many decades old. Fabi Apache, a 4-time AAA Reina de Reinas champion, a legend of AAA.
Absolutely. Continuing to show why TNA is sometimes some of the best place to see some of the best in the world from all over the world.
From Windsor, Ontario, Canada, she is the quintessential knockout, Giselle Shaw.
What an opportunity this is for Giselle Shaw, who months ago was questioning her place here in TNA after challenging Jordynne Grace for the Knockouts World Championship at No Surrender back in February. It was the involvement of the TNA Hall of Famer Gail Kim that helped renew the positivity within Giselle Shaw, and since she's returned to TNA, she's yet to lose. In fact, it is a victory one-on-one against Tasha Steele from last week on Impact.
And in this huge fatal four-way match, what an opportunity, as we mentioned before, to position yourself as a potential challenger for the Knockouts World title, something that Giselle Shaw has had her eye on since the beginning.
And the final competitor from Liverpool, England, Nia Brookside.
Speaking of recent victories, this past Thursday night on Impact, Nia Brookside defeated one half of the Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, Alicia Edwards. Masha Slamovich, the other half of the tag champs, was trying to get involved on Alicia's behalf. Spitfire thwarted that effort by Slamovich. Nia Brookside was able to level the playing field and defeat Edwards. That's a big win.
That's a huge win, but now she's got this task in front of her. As well as you mentioned earlier, the Knockouts World Tag Team titles will be on the line right here on the Countdown to Slammiversary.
This is a fatal four-way matchup. No countouts, no disqualifications. First one to gain pinfall or submission inside the ring is your winner. Great opportunity to build momentum amongst the knockouts here in TNA.
This, our first piece of action tonight. The crowd, the energy is already starting to set the scales off here. As you can hear it at home. That is what it's all about. That's what all these knockouts are here competing for the TNA faithful here in Montreal.
The action gets started. Shaw focusing on steals. Oh, and Fabi Apache goes down courtesy of Zaya Brookside.
Oh, maybe a little bit of a short-lived teamwork here from Shaw and Brookside.
Shaw historically does not play well with others for long.
Not at all, but hey, again, we talked about Giselle Shaw turning a new page here, the quintessential knockout. That she is here, turning everything around.
Oh, now, and it's Tasha steals from behind, dropping Shaw. And a big boot right to the face. Now Steels, who had a brief rivalry with Zaya Brookside earlier on this year. That was in the wake of Hard to Kill, and the two of them competing in Ultimate X. Oh, and a big knee. There's the cover, trying to win this fatal four-way. Oh, and it's broken up by Apache. Still to come here on the Countdown to Slammiversary. As I mentioned, the Knockouts World Tag Team titles will be defended. The team known as the Militia, Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards of the System, will be defending against Spitfire and Spitfire's contractual rematch. Also, card subject to change tonight. Kushida is going to be going one-on-one with Rich Swann of First Class. Unfortunately, Jonathan Gresham, due to the worldwide travel issues, unable to be here tonight in Montreal. Then Slammiversary begins at 8 p.m. Eastern, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus. It'll kick off with Matt Hardy seeking revenge against JDC. Also, the TNA World Tag Team Champions, the System, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers will defend their titles against the ABC. And a matchup of two men who competed in the Road to Slammiversary qualifying matches will go down. Mike Santana versus Jake Something.
And then in six-man tag team action, the Rascals are reunited in TNA as they take on NXT's No Quarter Catch Crew.
Hold on, there's a cover off of Shock and Awe. Oh, and it's broken out.
As well as announced earlier today, the TNA Digital Media and International Heavyweight title match between AJ Francis and PCO is now a Montreal street fight. Also, the TNA Knockouts World title match between Jordynne Grace and Ash by Elegance is brought to you by Detained.
Cover here. Whoa, and a kick out by Steels.
Detained available everywhere on Friday, August 2nd as well. The TNA X Division title.
Another cover. Broken up quickly.
Is on the line as Mustafa Ali defends against the hometown man himself, Speedball, Mike Bailey. And of course, our main event tonight, the TNA World title is on the line as Moose defends against Josh Alexander, Frankie Kazarian, Steve Macklin, Joe Hendry, and the Wadded Man, Nick Neville.
Double knees right to the face there by Tasha Steels. What a way to set the tone here with this fatal four-way knockouts match. And now it's Steels to the outside, laying out Fabi Apache.
Talk about setting the tone. This match itself is setting the tone for that incredible night, that stacked card we just rattled off for you. The action just getting started here in Montreal.
And now Shaw launches herself over the top 2-for-1. Remember, no countouts, no disqualifications in a fatal four-way.
Look out, look out. The flight has not stopped yet.
The angel of the ring descends and wipes out everybody.
And what a huge momentum builder for young Zaya Brookside. This would be, take another look, soaring through the air, taking out the competition. And the energy just rolling it all back into the ring. Here's a cover.
Steels back into the ring, a cover and a kick out. Very smart there by Brookside, trying to capitalize inside the ring with multiple competitors down on the outside.
You gotta strike it. Those rare moments when nobody's around to break up that pinfall in a multi-person match like this.
Steels out of the corner. Oh, was maybe trying to launch herself there. Was maybe thinking about a kick. That slight hesitation there on the ropes helped out Brookside, who's now thinking about the Brooksy bomb. And a kick by Shaw.
Denied there by the quintessential knockout. Oh, wait. Hold up here.
Oh, my God. What are the strength of Shaw? Shaw Steels and Brookside. Oh, and it's broken up by Fabi Apache.
Take one more look at the strength of Giselle Shaw. Almost had this one put away, but Fabi Apache just in the nick of time breaks it up.
What a scene here in Montreal. Ray Walt, this atmosphere is incredible.
Ooh. Again, and this is just the beginning of the night. A prime example of why TNA has and has always had some of the best women's wrestling on planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen.
And now Fabi Apache on the top. Gets caught with a power bomb. Oh, broken up by Brookside. Great counter there by Shaw. And now Brookside trying to win it. Oh, and it kicked out by the quintessential knockout.
That's what this match is all about. Striking! Striking when the moment's hot, just like that.
Is it time for the denouement, the knee strike?
Lined up here, center of the ring.
This could be it for Brookside. A huge knee. That's it. Cover. Oh, and Steels pulled Shaw off of the cover. Shaw into the post. Steals the cover. Tasha Steels is going to take the victory from Shaw.
What did I tell you about striking when the moment was right, when the moment is hot and in front of you? That's exactly what Tasha Steels did. Huge win for the Boricua Badass to kick things off here tonight.
An incredible way to set the tone, set the pace here tonight inside Verdun Auditorium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. What a feeling it is tonight here in Montreal. He's the Drama King, Matthew Ray Walt. I'm Tom Hannaford. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the Countdown to Slammiversary. As we mentioned, still to come tonight, Montreal's own, the French-Canadian Frankenstein, PCO, will be challenging AJ Francis for both the TNA Digital Media Championship and the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. We learned earlier on today, this will be competed under Montreal Street Fight rules.
And that means mayhem for everybody in the building and mayhem for everybody watching at home.
Now, PCO, he's driven by revenge, championship gold, and as it turns out, love.
The French-Canadian Frankenstein has crashed the party following the Champions Challenge.
What do you make of all this?
I think PCO might have a crush on me.
Will I go on a date with PCO? And my answer is we.
Oh my God. Oh, this could be a perfect moment.
Westside Gun, DJ Khaled.
Hey, yo, fresh off the jet, just landed from Aruba. Rubik's Cube garage, my Puma's kid Supers. Ramadan, I parked the Spectre outside the Juma. Word is, I'm buying TNA, that's the rumor.
I'm taking care of business right here in TNA. Just like when I chokeslammed Step Lander through the table and ruined their date. Nobody worry about no PCO. We broke his body, and more importantly, we broke his heart.
You're a fighting champion, I heard.
He's
a fighting champion. I have a very special opponent in mind to defend your digital media championship. But win or lose, I got big news for you. Come Slammiversary, it's going to be you versus the French-Canadian Frankenstein, Pico.
Francis wins the Philadelphia Street Fight. Now looking first class, beat the hell out of Rhino. It's PCO! Oh, and PCO down to the floor. Francis has broken PCO's heart. Will he break his body at Slammiversary?
Please welcome my guests at this time. They are first class.
Oh, you know that, first class. First class. Girl, you look good. Good as ever, good as ever.
Gentlemen, earlier today it was announced on social media. Santino said it. There's too much animosity between you and PCO. There is a new stipulation to tonight's match. It's going to be a street fight.
I'm not scared of no street fights. This ain't my first street fight. I'm really from the streets. Help me. All my heroes got FBI files. I'm not some old man pretending to be a Frankenstein, right? And that's why I know every single person in Montreal is going to be against me and Rich Swann. That's why when you come to a street fight, you gotta bring friends. And I brought my brother, Smoke Dizzer. How you doing, baby? It's good to see you, baby. Oh my God, you look good, baby. You look good. Hey, how have the accommodations been since you showed up? First class. I love to hear it. I love to hear it. I don't go to any country without a hired gun. That's why I brought along Josh Bishop, my man. Oh, you're strong. Strong. Ah, you're strong. Okay, that's a little stronger than you need to be. That brother represents fourth rope, and as long as you do what you're supposed to do tonight, you're gonna get paid handsome. This handsome. But enough about that. TNA knows what it is. The people know what it is. Listen, Rich, you were supposed to be here just reveling in my success tonight, but they decided they needed to milk everything out of you. That's what they do with us, you know what I'm saying? Oh. So now you got a match with Kushida, and you're gonna put that boy in his place. Listen, time is money, and it's time for you to get to the money. Yeah, take care of him. Take care of that, yeah, man. Hey, look, it's about time.
Really? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I wasn't expecting to see the big sons of bitch, Josh Bishop.
Whoa, brother. Hey. Cool your jets a little bit. All I'm saying is, you could possibly be a potential employee in first class. You know what I'm saying? We could upgrade you. You know what I'm saying? From where you usually sit.
Upgraded?
Yeah.
Why do you say so? I'll definitely be watching the match tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you should.
It ain't for you.
Yeah. He's giving basic account. I felt that. Now listen, tonight, you and everybody watching this is going to experience history as I retain the digital media title and the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship in the hometown of the man that I'm going to put down for good. It's going to be PCO versus TN AJ Francis. Now that's money.
Well, first class looking to expand their ranks, but right now they're going to have to take care of a little bit of business as a last-minute change-up to tonight. Rich Swann goes one-on-one with Kushida here on the Countdown to Slammiversary.
Introducing first, from Baltimore, Maryland, representing first class, Rich Swann.
The former TNA World Champion Rich Swann, who, as we saw recently, was a part of the Road to Slammiversary qualifying matches. He had a hell of a matchup against Nick Nemeth. There was plenty of involvement by AJ Francis and DJ Who Kid throughout that, but Nick Nemeth ultimately won the matchup and booked his passage to the main event that we'll see later on tonight, the six-way elimination match for the TNA World Championship.
But Rich Swann here, always ready to work on his feet. You got to give credit to Rich Homie Swann here, coming in here at the last minute to face this man.
His opponent, from Tokyo, Japan, Time Splitter, Kushida.
We mentioned earlier, Kushida came here to Montreal expecting to go one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham, but a lot of hostility between those two dating back to Under Siege, where Jonathan Gresham's ink led to Kushida being out of action for a number of weeks, became violently ill, was not medically cleared to compete. So Kushida came here to Montreal ready to inflict some serious damage on Jonathan Gresham, and now I almost feel bad for Rich Swann.
Yes, this is obviously a very, very different side of Kushida.
Oh my
Look
God.
at this.
Swann's doing the smart thing, getting out of the ring. Look at the eyes of Kushida. The face.
The Time Splitter normally beelining to the ring, lots of energy, fast moving. This is a very different Kushida, deliberate, focused. Ooh, you see there a little taste of the mist he's used a few times now, and you see the kanji etched across his skin, across his face. And Tom, if what I saw earlier backstage is any indication, I don't think it's just his face. Yes! Kushida has included these tattoos of these Buddhist sutras all over his body. References to a famous Japanese folklore character. He is in a different zone here tonight at Slammiversary.
Flashbacks to Jinsei Shinzaki once upon a time.
Another man who used the kanji, used those sutras in a very similar fashion.
This is a very different side of Kushida, and again, he was ready to go one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham, unable to be here due to travel issues. A lot of people saw about the worldwide IT outage that plagued airports around the world. We can tell you, fortunately and unfortunately, Jonathan Gresham, the only member of the TNA roster unable to make it here tonight, so the card we anticipate will play out as we expected.
Now, yeah, you have Rich Swann here walking in to this mystery, this question mark of an opponent in Kushida, in this presentation, in this attitude, in this spirit almost that he's brought to the ring here tonight.
Oh, going for the hoverboard lock, going for the Kimura lock. And going to the top rope is Rich Swann.
You know, Tom, I don't want to draw an exact parallel, but you have to almost call back to when we saw Jonathan Gresham return to TNA with this whole twisted ink and octopus thing going on, man. This is a similar vibe that Kushida is bringing, coming from the time splitter that he was.
Knee right to the midsection there by Swann. These two have battled before in tag team action, one-on-one, but both very different than those exchanges. Kushida with a cartwheel. Swann ducks underneath, trying to push the pace, sunset flip. Drop kick right to the face by Kushida.
And there you see, I mean, a little bit of a different vibe, a little bit of a different presentation, different attitude, but there's still a lot of the same time splitter. Ooh! In there all along.
Swann, picking things up. Attacking the back, pressing the throat right into the middle rope.
And as if Kushida hasn't enough respiratory problems due to everything going on with Jonathan Gresham. That ink, as we've talked about time and time again here.
Swann having his way, breaks before the count of 5. He's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified. Our referee, Daniel Spencer, paying close attention. We're going to talk to our French commentary
we'll
team.
have to get in touch eventually, A lot of lovely chants in French tonight all over the place. We'll need some translation.
I'll assume they're saying nice things about me and not you.
I would never assume that about any human being on the planet. But talk about not doing nice things. Rich Swann not being very nice here to Kushida. And again, I got to give him credit, being ready to take this match on a moment's notice. That is the quality of first class. And if this could set the tone for T and AJ Francis later tonight, oh my God, we could be having a celebration all over Montreal, the likes of which this town's never seen.
Well, it'd be like a Morgan here if PCO got beaten by AJ Francis.
I feel like it would be a morgue if he won. Just because that's how he lives his life.
Fair point. It's a fair point. Oh, look at this. Stillness about Kushida. Oh! That is no longer. I've known Kushida for a number of years. Oh, I know he practices mindfulness and trying to stay in the present moment. Maybe that's what that was moments ago.
Well, you talked about, the inspiration of Jinsei Shinzaki. He would often do that in his days in Japan, doing almost prayers in the middle of the ring, centering himself, focusing. And here it's paying off for Kushida.
One of the nastiest dragon screws you'll ever see.
That turned Rich Swann inside out.
Kick right to the back of the leg.
Yeah, the assault on the leg continuing here.
Handspring back elbow by Kushida. And the shote, the palm strike in the corner to Swann. Super kick by Swann. Come on, going for the Tanaka punch there.
Look out!
Oh, the poison Rana.
Good night. And Rich Swann ain't done yet.
Handspring cutter, middle of the ring. Is that it for Kushida? Covered. Oh, and a kick out, the right shoulder up in time.
Rich Swann none too pleased that Kushida's still having the will to fight here.
I hope Swann and Francis aren't looking too far ahead to the conclusion of Slammiversary. They've been telling everybody all day, it's like, we're going to be partying at Jet nightclub after the show. AJ Francis said it on the press conference this past Thursday night.
Yeah, there's no way you were invited to said party. If it was, trust me.
From the second rope, all went for the 450. Kushida back up, going for the hoverboard lock, grabbing a hold of the arm.
Almost had it. Swann had it scouted that time, though.
Oh, went for the Tanaka punch. Oh, there it is. And now Kushida's got Swann down.
Going up top.
Oh, went for the moonsault, nobody home.
Once again, well scouted by Rich Swann there.
Oh, big spinning heel kick. Is that enough? There's the cover. Oh, and Kushida's still in it.
Just in the nick of time there, you see Kushida shaking his head behind Swann. Defiant to the very end. Swann now asking himself what he's got to do to put this new incarnation of the Time Splitter away.
Hey!
My favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels!
Oh, and a kick right to the face, and I'm sure the fans here in Montreal appreciate Kushida for that one.
Look out here. Look at this.
Bending back the arm, the hoverboard lock. Oh, the top brings it down. Hoverboard lock.
You gotta be kidding me. Twisting and busting the arm. That's it.
Swann taps at Kushida.
With one of the damnedest hoverboard locks I think I've ever seen. This new side of Kushida is born with a gusto here in Montreal.
Kushida focusing on the present tonight, but you gotta believe Jonathan Gresham is in his future. Well, still to come tonight, will Ash by Elegance be the one to stop the history maker, the juggernaut, the Knockouts World Champion, Jordynne Grace?
Juggernaut, an overwhelming, unstoppable force. When something's in my path, I won't stop until it's moved. The first ever Queen of the Mountain, the only knockout to be a Triple Crown winner.
The Knockouts World Champion, Jordynne Grace, will be defending her championship against Ash by Elegance. Ash by Elegance has been watching your Knockouts World title reign for over 6 months now. 11 title defenses in one single reign at NXT Battleground. Ash by Elegance, because her involvement spoiled an opportunity for you to make history.
You can do a lot of things to me, but when you cost me an opportunity, there's going to be consequences.
A vision of an elegant future stands before you.
So now Ash by Elegance attacking Grace from behind.
I hope Jordynne Grace knows what she's gotten into.
At Slammiversary, I'm going to be out to prove that not only am I one of the best TNA knockouts in history, but that I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Please welcome my guest at this time, Ash by Elegance and the personal concierge.
Now wait a minute, Mia Giller. That is not how you introduce the future Knockouts champion. Let me show you how it's done. The gorgeous, the stunning, the electrifying, the beautiful, the magnificence. Ash by Elegance.
Elegance always prevails.
That's how it's done, Gia Miller.
Thank you. Well, Ash by Elegance will challenge Jordynne Grace for the Knockouts World Championship, and that match will be brought to you by Detained, available Friday, August 2nd, anywhere you can buy or watch movies.
Can you tell me what's going on?
You hit somebody with your car.
I don't remember any of that.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I don't know who you think I am.
I'm gonna get what I'm after.
You let me go, and nobody gets hurt.
I must look stupid to you or something, huh?
First title match of the evening as the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team titles are on the line. Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich, the Militia, defend against Spitfire.
As we get set for our first championship match of the night this evening on the Countdown to Slammiversary, let's take a look at the taglines. Luna and Threat lost the championships to Edwards and Slamovich back in Under Siege in May. The Militia have only defended the championship once in nearly 3 months. Spitfire's recent 10-minute challenge, however, was broken up by Alicia and Masha. Tonight, Spitfire get their contractual rematch for the Knockouts World Tag Team titles.
The following contest is set for one fall, and it is for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the team of Danny Luna, the Wild Child Jordynne Grace. Together they are Spitfire!
However, as we saw earlier on this week on social and digital platforms, Spitfire is no longer accompanied by Lars Frederiksen, the legendary member of the punk rock band Rancid, who has been friends with Jody Threat and by virtue of Danny Luna for quite some time. Lars Frederiksen has tried to help them bond, has been a mentor, and has allowed them to move forward here in TNA without him.
Sometimes you gotta leave the nest and fly on your own. But what happens when you got a couple of hunters ready to shoot you out of the sky?
Masha Slamovich, one half of the tag champs, not officially a part of the system.
No. Consider Masha Slamovich a hired gun of the Militia here.
Their opponents, they are the reigning and defending TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, the team of Masha Slamovich and Alicia Edwards.
This is a monumental night for the system. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers will be defending their tag team titles against the ABC later on tonight, and the odds couldn't be stacked any higher against Moose as he will defend his TNA World Championship in a 6-way elimination match in the main event of Slammiversary. And oh, by the way, Slammiversary will kick off with Matt Hardy versus the loose cannon of the system, JDC.
Tonight could be the night to finally, if you ask me, shut up people like you, Tom. Shut up the haters, the people who refuse to accept the dominance of the system. This could be a watershed night for every member of the system, and it starts right here in this Knockouts World Tag Team title match.
And that is what it is all about, the Knockouts World Tag Team titles. Every championship in TNA will be defended tonight, and also the International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship, thanks to AJ Francis.
That's right. They finally have a quality holder of that title, of that belt here in Montreal once again. Hey, he's got the title, don't he? That means he's the champ.
He bought. So here we go. This is Jody Threat starting things off against Masha Slamovich in this Knockouts World Tag Team title match. Remember, it was Spitfire who upset the team of MK Ultra, ultimately to win the Knockouts World Tag Team titles back at Sacrifice. That team comprised of Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich, so there's some bad blood there with Masha.
A little bit here, and Masha taking out all that bad blood, any little bit of anger and vengeance left inside her. Going to use all of that to win this. Whoa, almost had it there. Thought it was going for a pinning predicament.
Shoulders down there for just a moment. A little less than 25 minutes now until Slammiversary begins live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern here in Montreal. If you haven't already, if you're not already watching us on TNA Plus, head to TNAWrestling.com right now and subscribe. You haven't seen anything until you've seen everything.
Now we get a little switcheroo here. Oh, Danny Luna and Alicia Edwards meeting in the middle of the ring. Power advantage to Luna. I don't think that surprises anyone.
What did you take away from the 10-minute challenge between Luna and Threat we saw blown up by the Militia?
I mean, that's a great question. There was a lot of back and forth. Lars Fredrickson said, you know what I took away?
Whoa.
I took away that the Militia stood tall at the end of all of that. That's what I took away. That's what their strike meant. That's all that anybody needed to remember.
Ooh, double shot to the throat there. Danny Luna, however, does not seem fazed by Alicia Edwards.
And again, the power game, it's going to take a lot to wear down Danny Luna. Nobody can deny that. But if there's anybody crafty enough to find a counter, to find a solution, it's Alicia Edwards.
Uh-oh, diving right at Luna. Oh, God! Danny Luna is feeling.
That is a nasty way to go down.
Spitfire, they had a series of singles matches against Tasha Steelz. Trent versus Steelz, Luna versus Steelz. They split that 1-1. And then the 10-minute challenge match devised by Lars Fredrickson. Here's the cover. Shoulders down. Oh, and a kick out trying to win the titles. And that mission by Lars, the 10-minute challenge, was to see how evenly matched these two were. It wasn't anything personal, wasn't anything malicious between the two of them. It was an opportunity for them to see each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they realized how evenly matched they are, Luna and Threat.
To be fair, you know, you did have, what was my takeaway? It was that exact fact. I mean, they almost reached that 10 minutes. They were closing in on that 10-minute mark when the Militia came in to spoil their party.
Slamvich coming in to protect Alicia Edwards. That's been happening throughout this Knockouts World Tag Team title reign.
It's called being a good tag team partner, something you wouldn't know about.
A Threat moved out of the ring by Frank Gassino, our referee. Oh, and a jawbreaker there by Alicia Edwards on Danny Luna. Referee talking with Threat. Oh, shoulder tackle there by Luna. Oh, and Masha Slamvich took Luna off her feet, and I don't believe the referee saw that. Oh, now a flatliner by Alicia Edwards.
Hey, you take whatever opening you can get. That's how you win gold. That's how you hold on to gold.
Tag made, and sometimes you get a, quote, hired gun, as you put it.
Absolutely. And so far, money well spent. Masha Slamovich, a buzzsaw here.
Following up nicely there. Now Slamvich. Slamvich is legal. Oh, and a kick out by Luna.
And this, our first championship match of the evening, is Masha Slamovich now relentlessly whipping Danny Luna back and forth.
Here's the kick. And the cover. Oh, and a kick out by Danny Luna.
Masha Slamovich trying to remind everyone that she's one of the most dangerous competitors in the Knockouts division. Certainly doesn't want to let go of that tag team gold.
And a kick right to the spine there. Frank Gassino saw all that. A warning sent to Alicia Edwards. Jody Threat tipped off. Snap suplex there by Slamvich. Here's the cover. Shoulders down and a kick out at one.
Credit to Luna for getting her shoulder up that early, but Masha Slamovich, I mean, Danny Luna does not get handled like this that often. Again, the powerhouse, the strength of Danny Luna, normally very dominant in these matches, but Slamovich has found a way to just control Danny Luna here.
Oh, the tide turned when Slamovich pulled Luna off her feet. Illegal contact from the outside of the ring behind the referee's back, Ray Walt.
Could be an opening here, though, for Danny Luna, who takes to the sky.
And now Danny Luna needs to make this tag to Jody Threat, who is all sorts of fired up in her home country.
Jody Threat came into this fired up and now comes into the match to turn things around.
And here comes the Wild Child, laying out Edwards and Slammiversary. This is a long time coming for Spitfire, finally enacting their contractual rematch for the titles.
Wanted to make sure they were ready. They feel ready now more than ever, but is it enough?
Slammiversary sending to Edwards.
Jody Threat G'ing up here.
Off of the ropes and a double. Great job there by Threat.
Hey, look out, not done yet though, Tom.
German suplex by Threat. Alicia able to avoid that.
I was looking for a little 2-for-1 special there was Jody Threat, but now she gets one of her own!
Threat, the cover on both members of the Militia and a kick out.
Innovative offense there from the Wild Child. Take another look at this. That Michinoku driver, one tag team partner onto another, but not enough for Spitfire to get the win.
Tag. Remember, Alicia Edwards is legal, so is Danny Luna at this point in the match.
Oh, wait. Wait, what is this? Taking a little inspiration from Canada's own here. Is this a heart attack? Center of the ring, is that it?
Is it enough to win the titles? Jody, and it's broken up by Slammiversary.
Take another look, the double team, the infamous heart attack in the heart of Canada here. But somehow, some way, Masha Slammiversary just in time.
Jody nearly made sure the only people who saw the pinfall were the people here in Montreal. Oh my God.
Headbanging all the way, but now
I think they're setting up for the pressure drop. And Alicia went to the eyes. Luna was waiting for the handoff. And a boot right to the face by Slammiversary.
Nasty boot to the jaw. Down goes Luna. Is this it? Slammiversary with Threat.
The snowplow. Alicia Edwards is legal. Slammiversary paying dividends once again. That kick out by Threat. Maybe a little bit too much time expired.
And here it is again, that snowplow compacting Jody Threat. That extra second to get Alicia Edwards to the cover was maybe just enough for Threat to power out here.
Now Slammiversary is going for a championship belt, both the belts.
Obviously getting frustrated here, can't blame them. The match not going the way they wanted.
Slammiversary with the title belt going after Threat. And a big right hand. Now the referee trying to get one belt out of the ring.
Now looking to line up Masha Slammiversary again.
Wait a minute. Threat! That title belt was draped over the middle turnbuckle by Alicia Edwards. Jody Threat went face first into the belt.
And now a little double team action.
The Bulldog off the top by the Militia. Cover. Edwards and Slammiversary retain.
Here are your winners and still TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, Masha Slammiversary and Alicia Edwards.
Well, the System's Alicia Edwards having a hell of a way to kick off the night for herself and her compadres.
Take a look back here at the conclusion. One belt was thrown out of the ring. Boom, that drop toe hold. Threat went face first into that second belt that was draped over the middle turnbuckle. And then Miss Alicia Edwards tagged herself in. The Bulldog off of the top. The Militia wanted to leave no doubt against Spitfire. And they retained their titles tonight on the Countdown to Slammiversary.
An emphatic statement here from the Militia on the Countdown to Slammiversary.
Still to come, Montreal's own Speedball Mike Bailey against Mustafa Ali for the X Division title.
People, steady your mind.
Mustafa Ali doing what no one has ever accomplished in TNA history.
If you support my vision for a renewed and revitalized X Division, simply declare, in Ali, we trust. With everything in my heart and soul, I want to make this X Division great. I don't want that piece of shit. You realize that's just a prop that means nothing.
You, Mr. Ali, are in fact ducking Speedball Mike Bailey.
It's been ploy after trick after plan, and you've done everything in your power. Put all the obstacles that you could muster in front of you in order to avoid facing one-on-one. But Ali, in Montreal, there will be no more tricks. You will be facing Speedball Mike Bailey at his best in front of his hometown crowd at Slammiversary.
I told you that actions have consequences. You have the audacity to ruin my homecoming. Now, in Montreal, I am going to ruin your home. Slammiversary will believe in Ali. Trust.
Ali, I promise that I will take your X Division championship. Bring it home.
And there you see, waiting for the X Division champion himself, the staff, the support staff of Mustafa Ali, and there he is, the man who has led this new generation of the X Division, lit this division on fire, and now defends that title in, quite frankly, enemy territory tonight here at Slammiversary.
And there is Speedball Mike Bailey, Montreal's own. This has become deeply personal between himself and Mustafa Ali. It's about getting some retaliation, but it's about winning the X Division title. All right, look at this. On the Countdown to Slammiversary, our Director of Authority, Santino Marella, is here.
And what an ovation for the DOA.
Canada's own Santino Marella.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Je suis Santino Marella, le directeur d'éditorial pour TNA. J'adore cette ville. J'adore cette ville. I love this town. Parce que je suis allé à l'université ici il y a 25 ans. I lived here 25 years ago. I love it. Et merci tout le monde ici ce soir. C'est un spectacle historique. It's our biggest show in over 10 years. Thank you. Okay. Now, before we start Slammiversary, I have one more match for you, one surprise. And it's starting at TNA Original, Eric Young.
I love it.
Well, a little extra surprise here to kick things up a notch for this very special crowd here at Slammiversary. Canada's own Eric Young, the world-class maniac, in the house and ready for action.
Eric Young is about to compete at his 10th Slammiversary, one of the most all-time, and frankly, this is one of the most important events in TNA history. We would not be here today without the contributions of a TNA original like Eric Young.
And we started the countdown with a bang, Tom. We close it with a bang. But who is Eric Young's opponent here tonight?
It's a great question. Eric Young's got some Montreal Canadiens gear on tonight, representing the Habs. I'm with you, Ray Walt. Who's Eric Young's opponent? Well, look who's back.
His opponent from Phoenix, Arizona, Hammerstone.
Well, we haven't seen Hammerstone in months after sustaining an injury in the wake of Rebellion back in April.
Is it just me? Or has he become more monstrous in his time where he looks bigger, he looks stronger, he looks nastier? Eric Young came out here for a big Canadian celebration. Hammerstone might bring the hammer down on that party.
The great white shark swimming once again in the TNA ocean, and he picked one hell of a night to return to this company. The largest TNA crowd in over a decade, making its way into the Verdun Auditorium here on the Countdown to Slammiversary. And what a surprise this is on the countdown. A little over 8 minutes away now from Slammiversary. Beginning live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus. This is your last chance to order Slammiversary or subscribe via TNA Plus.
Oh! And you do not want to miss a second of any of the action on board tonight. I mean, this countdown has been action-packed.
Now Hammerstone going for a choke slam there against Young. Young, the crafty veteran. Drop kick right to the face of Hammerstone. Big man's down. Here's the cover. Young can't put him away.
Look at this. Eric Young. A strong competitor himself, more so than most think, but Hammerstone could absolutely dominate EY here. Look at that. Almost effortless.
Young, hard to the outside, smashed into the barricade at ringside next to the timekeeper's table.
And that was the thing. Eric Young was able to hit that flurry of offense. Thought he had the advantage over Hammerstone, but it took 1 second, one movement. And the big man, Hammerstone, shut EY down.
Oh, Young sent shoulder first into the post. Count of 3 from the official. Both men after the count of 10 to get back into the ring.
And now that shark, you mentioned that great white. He smells blood in the water, Tom.
Going up to the top turnbuckle. Hammerstone. Oh, the drop kick off of the top. My God. Cover. Oh, and a kick out there. A Megalodon-sized drop kick.
You want a little French? That was like a human trebuchet off the top rope. Absolutely catapulting Eric Young into the opposite corner.
Back at Rebellion, Hammerstone collided with Josh Alexander in a vicious last man standing match. Before that, in Sacrifice, we saw Hammerstone defeat Josh Alexander through some nefarious means. He absconded with Alexander's signature head kick. And now look at this, count of 4, and finally breaks before the count of 5.
Hammerstone showing off how quickly that confidence builds when you're dominating another person.
Shot right to the midsection by Young, the two-time TNA World Champion. Extremely difficult to put down, and so is Hammerstone. Oh, look out. Overhead belly to belly, and Eric Young is no small man. Hammerstone's tossing him around.
I mean, that is the absolute power, the machine-like power of Hammerstone. Do not underestimate it. Do not underestimate him.
To the outside, Young lands on his feet, shoulder right to the midsection, trying to slide through, trying to quicken the pace here. This is very smart by Young, quickening the pace against the larger opponent.
Look at that. Ooh. Able to take Hammerstone off his feet a few times here, turn this momentum around.
Big discus lariat there. And now Young, oh, wait a minute, jumping Hammerstone, great power there by Young.
I told you, EY's a bit of a powerhouse himself, but look at this.
Oh. EY was maybe thinking about going up top for that patented elbow drop, and Hammerstone stopped it.
Now, Eric Young thrown there up on the top rope. Ooh, nasty elbow to the jaw. Hammerstone feeling very confident against the TNA legend, the original Eric Young.
On the second turnbuckle here, Hammerstone's got a hold of Young.
Gonna bring him down the hard way. Young fighting now, nasty as it is.
Big right hand. Young saw that bandaged forehand and he went for a bite. And now off the top, the elbow drop.
There it is.
Young got all of it. Hammerstone out at two. James Prinzavali, our referee, all over that one.
Oh, look out. Could that be it? No.
Oh, one of the pile driver, and Hammerstone simply stood up.
With ease.
Oh, locks the ears there. Young trying to throw off the equilibrium of Hammerstone.
Do not count Eric Young out.
Oh, grabbing a hold of Eric Young.
Lord.
Eric Young is about 240 pounds, and he just got launched by Hammerstone.
240's a warm-up for a man like Hammerstone.
Oh, now look at this. He did this to Tommy Dreamer months ago. Now he's got Young up there. Think about the torture rack. But Young is fighting back. Shots right to the face.
Able to grab onto the rope as well. Look out!
Hold on, shoulders down. Shoulders down. Young is pinned Hammerstone.
Here's your winner, Eric Young.
Hammerstone caught off guard. They're surprised as much as any of us. Cannot be too pleased with the outcome here, but what a win for Eric Young.
An impromptu matchup created by our Director of Authority, Santino Marella. A great surprise to see Eric Young in action. A surprise to see Hammerstone back in TNA. And Young shocks Hammerstone.
Hammerstone none too pleased, but the three is the three.
And Hammerstone is furious with the conclusion of this matchup in the face of our official Paige Prinzavali.
Montreal! It feels good to be home. Tonight is a celebration for pro wrestling. Tonight is a celebration for us, and most importantly, a celebration for you. Without you, this doesn't exist. Everyone's gonna come out here and give you the show of a lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Slammiversary, and this is TNA Wrestling.
A sincere thank you to Eric Young setting the tone. The atmosphere is electric tonight inside the Verdun Auditorium. Are you ready for Slammiversary?
I mean, I was ready when I woke up, but this crowd just lit it up and set it up to 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic night. 22 years of TNA wrestling. This is our 20th annual Slammiversary celebration. Tonight marks the largest TNA crowd in over a decade. Ladies and gentlemen, Slammiversary begins live now in Montreal. For the first time ever, TNA Wrestling is live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Tonight we are sold out at the historic Verdun Auditorium for the highest attended TNA event in over a decade. The hype, the momentum, the anticipation is real. Set to begin this record-breaking night, our TNA ring announcer, Jay Chuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here to sing the Canadian national anthem, Annie Saint-Onge.
Oh Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est saint de fleurs en glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand our God for thee. Oh Canada, we stand our God for thee.
In the world. Breaking news, Slammiversary is officially sold out.
We are always going to give you the absolute best.
Is there a company doing better pay-per-view than TNA right now? Our highest attended event in over a decade.
Biggest ticketed event.
Sold out. I believe we are in store for one of the biggest shows in TNA history. Slammiversary.
Never, waiting to die. Never did quite satisfy. Silent song, set the tone, so easily undone.
This isn't anything I could have dreamed of in my wildest dreams.
And a vision of an elegant future stands before you here.
At Slammiversary, I'm going to be out to prove that not only am I one of the best